Tonight, from NRG Stadium in Houston, Texas, it's time for Monday Night Football on EA Sports. And the Houston Texans versus Gardner Minshew and the Indianapolis Colts.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, we write a finish to Week 12 with a good Monday night matchup between the Indianapolis Colts and the Houston Texans. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. Texans taking over offensively, and it is, of course, Deshaun Watson who leads them out at quarterback.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Take him down at the 31-yard line.
Number 33, the ball carrier.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 18 carries, 71 yards.
And, partner, I thought it was a lot of fun for us to be able to sit in on their film session with the offensive line. We saw how they blocked it up last week to pretty good success, and we see what their game plan is for this week. They expect that defensive front to be someone they can move.
Here's Moss with a catch out of the backfield.
That's good.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
On first down, Watson. That'll be caught by Cup. A gain of 6 there on first.
Complete to Cooper Kupp.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
At the 42-yard line.
Out of the gun, Watson. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown.
That's good.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 33. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 down at the 33.
Okay, I'm not so great at math. I just looked over at our statistician Marvin, and he signaled to me 5 for 5 to get things started here on this opening drive. Where I come from, that's pretty good.
That is pretty good. Now, what do you do defensively to adjust?
Well, this is where you got to make a decision as a defensive coordinator. Do you really get after the quarterback, or maybe you tighten down on the receivers, bump them off of their routes, chip away at their timing, so things aren't as precise as they've been so far in this game.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. And so far, a very nice, methodical opening drive.
This has the feel of a scripted drive that they rehearsed perfectly all week long, and now they're executing it on game day.
Script looks good so far. To throw again on 2nd down. Watson, he'll get this one to Kupp, complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Cooper Kupp. That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 3.
To the air yet again, Watson. And that is incomplete.
Watson's pass intended for Darnell.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
And the 13-year man puts it through, and it's now 3-0 Texans.
Makes the score Texans.
Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
The Colts take over 1st and 10.
So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by Gardner Minshew, 6th-round selection in 2019 out of Washington State.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stand an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. The defense was ready for the run-pass option, diagnosed it perfectly.
Not only did they stack him up at the point of attack, but he was met by a host of light-colored jerseys.
And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 31-yard line.
1st down, Indianapolis.
They'll go play action here with Minshew. They'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. On 2nd down, it's Taylor. He's got the 1st down inside the 10. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. That good for 19 and a 1st down.
6-yard line.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before he can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
Give him 3 on the gain there, 2nd and goal.
And Brandon, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
They'll look to run with Taylor, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
Out of the gun is Minshew. Flush to his right. And that's going to be caught. Oh, a one-handed grab there. He's got it for the touchdown.
Minshew's pass complete to Amari Cooper.
Well, there was a little extra pressure with that one because it was third down. He didn't care. He snagged it with one hand like it was routine.
The key is to make a play in a tough situation. Doesn't matter how, and in this case, one-handed gets it done. Terrific play for us to watch.
And this is up and good to make it 7-3. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And the result for the Colts is a touchdown.
Rodrigo Blankenship to kick off for Indianapolis.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And no return here for White. It'll be a touchback.
They're on 25 yards.
So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas,
yeah,
right?
A little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield, only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3.
From the gun, here's Watson. Throw left side, complete to Cup. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
At the 38-yard line.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Brought down at the 39.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. They couldn't get anything going there out on the right side in the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Back to Taylor on 1st down. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. The power move there couldn't buy him much space. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd.
A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Now this throw caught left side. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory.
Minshew's pass.
A huge play that time for the Colts. 61 yards.
Indianapolis.
They'll run here with Taylor. And the Colts are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. He couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1 yard line. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Second and goal from the 1. Again, it'll be Taylor. And he takes it in for a Colts score. Jonathan Taylor with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Colts add on to their lead. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Rodrigo Blankenship to kick off for Indianapolis.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. Now comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Throwing again on second down. Watson throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Well, they'll get the yardage, but they hate to see him take that hit.
You're always trying to cool off a big-time guy throwing the ball, but you have to know when to back off, pull up, and not hit him. There's the penalty.
Watson on first down. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Again, it's Watson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Incomplete. Out of the end zone. It's now 2nd and 10.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
Round and incomplete.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field.
Field goal. A 28-yard attempt.
Boswell's kick is good. And that will do it for this first half.
14.
Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter.
Chris Boswell.
Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
So here are the Colts to take over. They've got the lead yet again in this ball game with their winning streak right now sitting at 10. Now Minshew on 1st and 10. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. On second down now, it's Taylor. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26.
Jonathan Taylor.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Third down.
Minshew throwing on third down. And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. That gain on third down, good for 28. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision. But don't forget his athletic ability. That's what made that catch there.
He did spend 1 year with Teddy Bridgewater as his quarterback there, so that helped back in high school. No gain on the play there, second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
Throwing on second down, Minshew. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 16 yards, a first down.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, Minshew to throw. Catch made here by Campbell. That catch good for only a couple.
Minshew's pass.
My next teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
A gain of 13, it's a first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Paris Campbell, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
And this carries into the end zone. And no return here for White. It'll be a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. They were trying to go to Brown once again, and that'll bring up second down.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the third quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
Open man right side is Cup, complete. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Excellent play there on third down. Give him 25 yards. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down at the Colts' 20-yard line.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on third down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
A gain of 1.
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
For the field goal, a 37-yard attempt.
And Boswell's kick is good. And they're hanging around here as the lead's down to 12. So his 3rd field goal of the ball game brings him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And 7s and probably even 8s. You know, as a kicker, you just head out when you're called upon, so he's done his job. It's the rest of the offense that needs to get it in gear. They want to close this gap.
And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now in Houston, it's the Colts. They've got control of the football. They also have the lead as we start the 4th. Minshew, 1st and 10. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7.
A loss of 12.
And that'll be marked down as their first sack of the game.
Well, they had 6 last week, and this offense did its homework, didn't it? Because they saw all that pressure, and they really worked hard to tamp it down and beat it back, and they did a great job in the first half. But now they've gotten their first sack here in the second half. Look out. They'll try to increase the pressure.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he is out of bounds all the way up near midfield. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. Well, that'll help get you out of danger. So much for playing it conservatively back towards your own goal line.
That aggressive mentality, sometimes you can use it, and they did there against a defense who probably thought to themselves, there's no way they take a shot here this deep in their own territory.
Off play action, it's Minshew. Looking for Campbell downfield. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 20. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
And this is back to a 5-point game. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. From the 6. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And now this fourth quarter becoming very interesting. That pick six makes this a one-score game. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how aggressive they choose to be. Able to shake free for about 7 up to the 35.
Brought down at the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 7.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They go to the ground again with Taylor. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
39-yard line.
I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
On play action, they'll throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Touchdown.
And that is the definition of yards after catch. They go short on the pass, and the receiver does the rest.
Seems so harmless, doesn't it, to throw it underneath, short pass like that? But, boy, it gets dangerous in the hands of the right receiver as he makes a move and takes it the distance.
And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. 5 plays there on that drive. And it culminates in an Indianapolis touchdown.
16. Rodrigo Blankenship to kick
So
off.
after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And no return here for White. It'll be a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Texans back out there and ready to go. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. On first down, it's Watson. Quick slant to Brown. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. You cannot write these guys off just yet. Not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
A gain of 9.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Watson looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Watson looks to throw again. Now that'll be caught by Kupp. Touchdown, Houston. Cooper Kupp His second touchdown on the season. And the Texans have cut it to within a score.
Boswell on.
Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Taken in at the 3. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Again, it's Taylor. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They'll run on first down. Taylor. And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact. It's second down. On second down, here's the option. Get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
On first down, Taylor. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
On second down, it's Taylor. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
A pickup of 2 yards. First down, Indianapolis.
So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory. And I tell you, these division games never for the faint of heart, but they come through with a tight victory here on the road.
And you find yourself working harder in a game like this too, don't you?
Yeah,
because you got to stay with it, right? You got to stay with it. You got to stay locked in. It's our type of a game. And you just mentioned it. Division game, on the road, tight, and they find a way to win it. Way to hunker down, as my old coach used to say, and find your way through.
So for Indianapolis, the perfect season remains intact as they move to 11.